All right. There's no need to dress this up. We know what this is. Tom Thibodeau. I didn't open up the panel last time because I did it from the phone and I was driving, so it was breaking news as I was driving. But I say I'll give an opportunity to open up the panel for those who want to come up and talk about it. If you're a Knick fan and want to speak on, your feelings about what happened. I mean, this is your coach. This is your team. Uh, you can give your opinion, but the rest of the world has been talking all day, and the Knick world is split. Knick fans are definitely shocked. They're stunned because they never thought the Knicks would actually do that. This is 3 days after. So this is telling you this was brewing. They gave this man the most pathetic send-off in history. They was like, I want to thank Thibs for everything he has done for this team, changing the culture here and completely turning things around. Much love. They wanted Tom Thibodeau out of there. A lot of people say this is wrong. Thibs deserved more than what he got. Then you got Knick fans said it was time for him to go. He got to go. But it's a double-edged sword. Because what do you really do here? What do you really do here in this situation? Do you really fire a coach that got you all the way there? Is that where we at now? Happy Wednesday to you. Is that the right move? Is firing Thibs the right step for the New York Knicks? Oh, people are torn, man. They're not happy about this. Oh, they're gonna dress it up like it's oh no, this is so sad. This is tragic. Why Thibs? They don't care. And at the end of the day, no Knick fan is gonna care either. Believe me when I say they won't. Now, there's always grounds to fire him, but after he take you as far as you did, you want to rock the boat? I told you this got Jalen Brunson all over it. Jalen Brunson ain't happy. Thibs got to go. That's all it is. Now, what happened with Rick Brunson? That's what I want to know. Now, here's Jalen Rose talking about
for Tom Thibodeau.
Mm.
Led them to the playoffs. What up, though? In the 30 years I've been involved with the league, I don't believe I've ever done a post about a coach being fired. But I'm going to do one for Tom Thibodeau, somebody I never played for, but I respect the game. He did not deserve to be fired the way he was by the New York Knicks. He led them to the playoffs for the last 5 years. They had 50-win seasons. They made it to the conference finals in the first time in decades. The Knicks. Yes, you may go get Mike Malone and give him a blank check, and he's won a championship coach in Denver, and I get that. But Thibs led them to the playoffs for the last 5 years, a couple of 50-win seasons in the first time in forever, and the first conference finals in decades. And for people who are saying he deserved to be fired, here are some of the reasons. That he plays his players too many minutes. As somebody that's averaged 40 minutes in the NBA and that has actually played seasons of 82 games, we now crying about a coach that plays his players heavy minutes. Also, do y'all realize while Jalen Brunson is actually in New York, it ain't because of the city. It ain't because of the team colors. It ain't because of the owners, the fans. It's because Thibs has a relationship with his father, Rick Brunson. Thibs is the reason why Jalen Brunson is in New York. Therefore, the same reason why Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart are in New York. So this idea that, oh my God, he played Jalen Brunson and Derrick Rose too many minutes, so therefore he's a poor coach. Or he challenges his players to play defense. Or his rotation isn't of one that has 10 or 11 players like the Pacers or OKC. You know why his rotation ain't as deep as those guys? Because his bench ain't as good. So New York, this idea that y'all just gonna fire him this year and then win it next year, not gonna be able to do
it. Now, now, exactly. He said, "Oh wow, he's giving points." Well, the Knicks have went through this when they were rolling and they fired the coach and they hired Derek Fisher and brought in doggone Phil Jackson and then set y'all whole franchise back. Now they're like, oh, we gonna get Mike Malone, and that's just gonna turn. We just gonna keep rolling with what we got. It's gonna take a lot more than that to turn the team around. That's all I'm saying. See, you got to understand something, people. When they put you in a predicament, right? And they put you in this predicament where you can't, like, you got a bad rep. Like, it's a reputation that follows you. This might have been something when you was younger. Okay. Thibs do run players into the ground. I think Thibs should have been fired because of how he runs a team. They could Thibs, what they're not telling you is Thibs has say. Leon Rose is just the guy that signs and go get the players. He trusts his Thibs too. Thibs has a relationship with Leon Rose. So Thibs is right there, co-general manager, as well as head coach. This is what Dante was telling y'all. This is what happened when they let you run the team. He traded away Dante. He traded away those guys. Thibs got rid of them. Brunson didn't want the cat there. He didn't want them to get rid of Dante. That was Thibs' decision. They never bonded with Cat. And if you've been on my Patreon, you already know that. They never bonded with that dude. It was, like I told you, you saw the explosion in the game one on the sidelines. That looked like Cleveland and doggone Golden State when LeBron started going off when they was going into overtime. No leadership, broke down the whole team, and you see what happened. Everybody was individuals. Then after that, Bron never played with those guys again. He was going to LA. He was already going to LA. The cake been baked on that. That was his last season. The Laker deal was already there. They had already went and got a new house already made. So all of that was theatrics. He was already leaving. This is what I be talking about. Something crazy. They don't want people to come through, right, and shut down their whole secession. So all expectations is going to get crushed. No, I went live because they've been tampering with my channel. So I just went live just because. You know, when you could do it just because you can, that's when you do it. Mm-hmm. The Knicks is who we thought they were. Mm-hmm. They keep talking about Knicks Kingdom. I'd be like, really? Where's the kingdom? Where's the Knicks Kingdom? Knicks Kingdom. Where is that at? Please. Where is the Knicks Kingdom? I would love to see how that operates. Yeah, they doing all kind of craziness with the channel today. Oh yeah, he brought up some good points to keep Thibs. But see, here's the thing: Knicks fans are upset because they've seen this happen 2-3 years in a row with Thibs running players into the ground, not playing his lineup. Now, Leon Rose wanted to get Bridges. That's what the fans wanted. Y'all got Bridges. This is what I this is hey, I'm gonna drop the link so y'all can come up here. But because that's why I made this video, so y'all could come up here and express yourselves. But that's what I'm talking about. They gave up 5 picks, 4 unprotected. For Bridges. OG, you worth the money? What's good? It's nothing really to be excited about if you me. Because if you me, you already expected this. I just said I was going to drop the link to let the Knicks fans come up and express themselves so that they could tell their side of the story on how they feel about it. Tibbs was
Yo,
loving it.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, much peace to you. Appreciate you letting me up, man.
Oh, no problem.
Um, and I thank you for putting that up there. Which coach can take the Knicks further than Tibbs took them this past year?
Which coach?
Can take them further than Tibbs took them this past year?
That's hard to say because I think it's a combination of both. I really don't think it's just Tibbs.
I think if you don't hire Mike Malone, it's a dub. Or Mark Jackson. If you don't hire Malone or Jackson, it's a wash. In
My
my
thing is, even if you hire them, this isn't a one-stop shop. Like there is no, okay, I'm gonna hire this guy and it's gonna turn the whole team around. Like I could hire Mark Jackson his first time with these players, first time being around them, and then they just respond to Mark Jackson like that.
So why do they fire? Why do they fire Tibbs if it's not a one-stop shop? Why do they fire the guy that got
They
them there?
fired Tibbs because Tibbs was on the hot seat when this season started. For when he got Cat and he made the move to get Cat. See, he got a relationship with Cat. Tibbs do, going all the way back to Kentucky.
He does. That's a fact.
So when you got that, he wanted to pair Cat with Brunson, who he's been knowing since Brunson was a baby. Because he know Rick Brunson. So he's best friends with Rick Brunson. So that's why he wanted to, like, the Knicks, like Brunson would not be with the Knicks right now if it wasn't for Tibbs. Just like what Jalen Rose said, that was 100. Tibbs, New York is the only team that he would go to in that situation. So when they did the deal or whatever to get, what's his name, and they got the Jalen Brunson over there with them after the trade was done, that's where he wanted to be.
Okay.
They got no team would have featured Jalen Brunson like that and made him and put the ball in his hand and said, "Hey, you the guy." So only the team that got his daddy. So your daddy, his best friend, who your daddy, your stepdaddy, and then your godfather is the general manager. It's
That's a
like
fact. That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
a Nepo baby. So Nepo baby getting everything he wanted. He did not like that Thibs traded away Dante. He really didn't like it. And him and Thibs had problems with that.
I'm not gonna say that.
Oh, I'm gonna say that because I know that's true. And he did not like Cat coming to the team. And when Cat was on the team and how the game was playing with Cat and him, they didn't mesh well. Then they
I
got
will say, and then you might have a little credence in what you're saying right there because um Brunson did not pass the ball to Cat at all. I didn't see a a, a up top a high. I didn't see a high low game between Brunson and Cat, and that's
yeah.
what you got to play. You got to play a high low game. If you got Brunson and Cat, high low all day long. I didn't see that, and you might have a little bit of credence right there, but
You're not gonna see a high-low game because Cat don't have a high-low game. His thing is you can't have a high-low game with a guy that likes to be at the top of the key like Cat. Cat
okay,
likes to fall at the top of the key rather than being down low, banging, and you dipping it off to him. You got to have a mix in your game. You got to be able to do that part.
well,
And but he's not that kind of a big where he could play with his back to the basket, turn around, do hook shots. He need to learn that and add that element to his game because it widens it up. Instead of him trying to get the ball and face up and then trying to make a move and looking weird and awkward going up. And then the ref don't know what to call because he's so fluky. It's like, dude, you so fluky with everything you do, man. He's the way he walk, talk, everything. So it's just like,
God damn, the way he walked, talk. Okay,
yeah.
but what I'm saying is, you can force Cat to play a high low game if you're a point guard. If you're an efficient point guard, you can force Cat to play a high low game.
I
Because
doubt because
you can't play in the perimeter with your center right next to you. So you can force him to go down low.
he played with Mike Conley, which is a traditional point guard. So Mike was getting him the ball, but he kept coming up there with Mike at the top of the key because he likes to get the ball, pump fake, like he gonna shoot the tippy toe three, and then put the ball on the ground and start driving to the basket. That's the game he likes to play because this is the lack of fundamentals in today's game with AAU. They all face up to the basket, which is the worst thing you could do. Old school basketball and traditional basketball teaches you to play with your back to the basket.
Right.
That's how you talk.
Right.
Because you protect the ball. The defender can't swipe the ball away from you if you got your back to him. Now, if you turn into him, he can swipe the ball and knock it out your hands. So you're giving the defender a chance to knock the ball away when you're right in front of him with the ball. It don't make sense.
I will say that Cat is not a fundamental center. He's not a fundamental center. But they knew that when they you know
right. Like AD go to Mamba Academy and he want to do his thing. He's like, man, some people shoot with their back to the basket for the fadeaway. I like to face up and then turn around and shoot. He's like, we know that's what you do. He always face up. He turned and face up, and that's how he kept getting the ball stripped. When you try to go for a fadeaway, they wait for you to turn and face up. They know you ain't finna fade away with your back to the basket.
All right,
that's the traditional way.
All of this talking we doing, Sino, is Thibs the problem? Was Thibs the problem?
Thibs part of it. Thibs is part of the problem. Because see, the thing is that he
got fired like a motherfucker. But
I mean,
for being part of the problem, he got fired.
He was already fired. Jalen Brunson was not happy with not playing the minutes. The way he managed this game, the series against Indiana, when he's playing like 7 and 8 guys, and they on the court doing all these minutes. Brunson is like cool. He cool with playing minutes. He didn't like the fact he had stretches where he sat down for like 6 minutes, and you put Jalen Brunson in with like 3 minutes to go in the game. That really ticked him off. So the way he was managing substitutions was another thing that got Jalen Brunson really hot. And he basically wasn't.
I remember when they was beating Boston by like 1,000, and Jalen Brunson got up and was like, "Yo, take these guys out." I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, you running them into the ground for what? The game is over. Take them out because it don't even make sense for them to be in there. Let the other guys play. And Thibs didn't start playing, like changing the lineup until like the Eastern Conference. Right. Josh Hart is on the bench in the Eastern Conference Finals, and you bringing in Mitchell Robinson for Cat and leaving Cat in the starting lineup.
All right.
Brunson wanted it like this: Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, himself, OG, and Bridges. That's the lineup he wanted out there. He wanted Cat coming off the bench. That's why in the last couple of games, they would they would have Cat come in and play without Brunson.
You can't put
while Brunson is sitting down, they'll let Cat go in with Miles McBride and then in the second unit so they could cook and let Cat do his thing. So they wouldn't be
average 22 in the playoffs. You cannot
average 23 and 12. He averaged 23 and 12 rebounds a game. And
there we go. You cannot put Cat on the bench.
Blaming Cats. Can you believe it? This dude was like the most consistent guy. But everybody and their mama want to blame him now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And to be honest with you, I mean, well, this is what I'm saying. You cannot find.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have the personnel, bro.
You cannot find a coach out here that's going to get the Knicks to the play. I mean, you got to get the Knicks to the finals.
I hear you. Get them to the finals.
Firing Thibs, and if Malone come in, if my man from what's my man Hurley, if Hurley come in, if Mike Brown come in, Sam Cassell, whoever, you got to get them to the finals.
Exactly.
If you don't get them to the finals, that's a wash.
Dog, I think because next year it's gonna be a sitcom. This is the last year we have basketball. We seen 2 basketball teams in there. We're gonna have sitcom basketball. It's episode 1, season 1. It's kicking off next season with NBC. It's gonna be theater. And trust me,
I agree with you.
This is sitcom basketball that's gonna hit NBC. And they coming back, they finna renew the series again. Here come the new season. It's gonna be just like the Bulls back in that era. They're going to take the Knicks and try to make them the team of the East and put them in the finals because Boston ain't ready. So they'll try to put a superstar on there to help out with Brunson, put Mike Malone on the team, get him to the finals, and can the Knicks finally make that jump? It's going to be all this stuff about New York, the celebrities, and had a New York and LA finals.
Yeah,
at the end of the first season of the sitcom called NBA on NBC.
Yeah.
This is how it's going to play out. So that's how I think the script is going to go. The Knicks and Lakers into the NBA finals next year for this new whatever.
No, I don't think it's going to be the Lakers. I would say.
I mean, yeah, from a basketball perspective, no, I wouldn't think that either. But trust me, they're going to get Daniel Gafford. They're not going to build this team around LeBron. LeBron's going to be getting the swan song. They're going to be playing it. It's like, you know how they play that music when you've been on stage too long after you got your award? That's how they doing LeBron. They're trying to get right off the stage.
The wrap it up song.
Yeah, the wrap it up box. They got it ready for him. So it's done.
But I don't know. I think OKC gonna make a nice little run.
Yeah, they will.
Like
They'll
a
be
nice
eliminated
little
in the Western Conference
three,
Finals
4 year. I think they're gonna make a nice 3-4 year run.
with the title.
Yeah.
Nah, you
They got
thinking
the
too,
guys that can do it.
bro? You thinking of a basketball standpoint?
I mean, yeah, they got the guys that can do it. Shea is nice. And
Yeah,
let's not forget, Chet Holmgren is getting busy.
I know it's hard
Yeah.
for you to see things outside of basketball, and I get it. I really do.
Well, who do you think in the West is going to surpass OKC?
The Lakers.
We've watched OKC get busy year after year. No, who they gonna get? They got to get somebody.
They're gonna get him Daniel Gafford. They're gonna get him some other players to fill up their bench.
Gafford's not gonna do it. Gafford cannot do it.
Well, I think once he's the starting center for New York and they do this trade and bring in all that money for him, and Dallas moves on with Cooper Flag, so they ain't gonna have room for him and be like, hey, we got Lively and we got Flag. We got to let Gafford go and that money. He gonna want to go play with LeBron and Luka because he know that's where his money is at. Because the team is about Luka. That's what Luka wants. So Luka's gonna have Daniel Gafford as his center, and they was like, well, it's either him or Rudy Gobert in Minnesota. Rudy might go to the Lakers. I'm like, for real? That's just dumb. If the Lakers get Rudy Gobert, that's just stupid. Because Rudy is
I would take Gobert over Gafford any day.
No, I would not. I would take
Gobert over Gafford any day.
Rudy is not a threat to score. Gafford is a threat to score.
We don't need to score. We don't need to score.
And he plays way better defense than Rudy.
That's crazy. Gafford plays better defense than Gobert?
Yes. He's a rim protector. Rudy Gobert is not no defender like that. Don't let that Laker game fool you.
I mean, he's not the epitome of defense, but he plays defense.
Yeah, he plays some defense. He got defensive players of the year because he got some blocks. You could take advantage of Rudy and get him in pick and roll, and then he's not even playing in the game in the last 5 minutes.
You can take advantage of anybody in the game
because he's a liability. He can't shoot free throws. So he's a liability in the last 6 minutes of the game. So with the game on the line, what good is he? This is Mitchell Robinson all over again. And I was like, dog, this is Mitch all over. You ain't no impact if you're not on the floor. If your big man can't stay on the floor, then what's the point? They raved about this Mitchell Robinson all series like he was a difference maker. I'm like, this dude is not, he ain't going to be there in the fourth quarter. So all you got to do is stay close. And if things get out of hand, you just foul him, put him on the line. He going to blow the free throws. And then you right back rolling. I was like, man, this thing about Mitchell Robinson is like, come on, man. What is y'all talking about? It doesn't even make sense to me.
I don't think that Mitchell Robinson is better than Rudy Gobert. I'm taking Gobert over Mitch every day and 5 times on the weekend. Gobert will fuck around and drop. Gobert will fuck around and drop 20 on you. He won't.
Rudy, only way he does that is against the Lakers. Off dunks. Rudy Gobert ain't finna do that. Daniel Gafford could actually shoot and score the basketball. He could actually do things. That's what I'm saying. He's way more dynamic and has way more no slowness in the feet with rotations.
Rudy Gobert dropped like what, 26, 27
Rudy Gobert
on
ain't dropping
OKC.
26 points
He
on his
dropped
best team.
26. He dropped 20. No, it was 25. He dropped 25 on OKC.
In one game, and probably the next he had 8. This
That's
is
what I'm
why
saying.
you can't
Rudy
have
will fuck around and drop 20 on you.
Rudy. Let him get Rudy Gobert. I can care less. You can get him. Right. Basketball is over after this year. For 11 years, you going to see a sitcom.
See, people are saying Rudy stinks. Hell no, Rudy is a sinner. He's a quintessential center, to be honest with you. Throwback center.
I think that Rudy actually, what I really think is that they screwed up with the whole process of putting them in the position. Because let's say you bring Mike Malone in. Do the Knicks have the talent to get to the championship? No. They don't have the personnel. They still don't have a bench. So how is that on Tibbs?
But
That's why I say Tibbs is just
okay,
part of it. He's coaching like that because of what he has. He knows. I mean, who he gonna put in? Cameron Payne. He put Cameron Payne in the game.
This is what I'm saying. So, okay, if they don't have the capabilities, why fire the guy?
Because they believe that this person right here, Thibs, they believe that guy and Jalen Brunson wasn't going to get along anymore. And that's it. He had to go. Brunson wasn't happy with him. He had to go. So the guy who brought Jalen Brunson over, that's why in that post-game interview, at the end of the whole thing, they asked Jalen Brunson that question about Tibbs.
Yo, that dude looked like Tibbs, though, for real.
So that's why it was put out there. They said it's all downhill from here. So now, what's going to happen next season? They're going to rotate, play less minutes.
But wait a minute. But wait a minute. Who is going to be the coach next season? You can't say what they're going to do next season if you don't know who the coach is going to be.
The coach, it don't matter about the coach.
It does matter. Okay, it don't matter about the coach. Okay. Why did you fire him if it don't matter about the coach?
It don't matter about the coach. It's only a part of it. Okay, you replace a coach. If you still got the same players, you still gonna lose to Indiana. You don't have the horses to win it.
They do got the horses. That's the problem. They do got the horses to win it. You know?
Okay. All right. You said they got the horses to win it?
Yeah.
With what? With what? Who on the team?
All right, let's run it down.
Run it down. Josh Hart.
Wait a minute.
And Anobi.
Wait a minute. See, now.
Okay. All right, I'll let you run it.
Go ahead, brother.
No, I'll let you run it down. You want to? I was gonna let you know on the team. OG ain't no Nobi, right? You got Bridges. You got what's his name? Butterball. You got Karl Anthony Towns. Yep. That's your starting 5.
Yep.
So now your starting 5 is that. That's an NBA championship starting 5 to you.
The NBA championship starting 5 to me beat the previous NBA championships team in Boston Celtics. We beat the Boston Celtics handily 4-2.
Do you know
and blew them out one of them games?
Do you know that Boston Celtics were up 20 points in 5 out of 6 games you played?
Okay.
They
are we
were
saying?
up 20 points on y'all. 5 out of the 6 games you played against.
And they lost all of those.
Yes, so they beat themselves because they just kept shooting threes. That was their problem. And
Whose
then
fault? That's not my problem.
I'm not saying that's your problem, but I'm saying that's not a championship team. A team that keeps going
It
down.
sure the fuck is the championship team.
No, you can't
Excuse
keep
excuse
going
my
down.
passion. Excuse my passion, Cino, for real.
This is what I'm
Excuse my
talking
passion.
about. This is the delusion of Knicks.
Excuse my passion because I didn't got
Not
nothing.
going down 20 points. It's not a good look for a championship team to keep going down 20 and coming back from 20 down. This ain't Rocky.
I
You
don't
ain't
care about that. If you're a championship
This
team,
ain't
if you get
Rocky,
beat,
dog.
your ass get
Nigga
beat.
said, my nigga said this ain't Rocky, bro. Oh, man.
Right, you gonna keep going down 20 and coming back. Championship
I
teams
don't care. If you're the defending NBA championship team, you don't get beat by the 3 seed.
You don't go
got
down. Well, I could tell you
you
this. You
gotta
don't go
take
down.
it. You gotta
You
take
don't
it to
go
the
down
Eastern
20 to
Conference
begin
Finals.
with, bro. That's what you don't do. Like
You
you
gotta
don't.
take it. If you're the defending NBA champion team, you gotta take it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and that's my word.
You don't keep blowing 20-point leads. That's to begin with. That's what you don't do. They had y'all niggas. They had y'all niggas by 20, bro. Almost the first 2-3 games, and blew them.
First 5 games, they were down.
First 5 games. This shit is ridiculous. I never seen nothing like it.
First 5 games, they down a dub. And that's
So we
they didn't
saying
keep them.
so what we're saying is the Knicks didn't win, the Boston Celtics lost.
exactly.
Oh my god.
I
That's
mean, listen.
exactly what happened.
Listen. It's not. It really ain't even for me to say, bro. All I'm gonna say is this: to the topic of this hand. I mean, we all like everybody kind of knew Thibs was out the door, bro. If they didn't beat Indiana, bro, this is 2 years in a row. Come on, bro. Like everybody kind of knew, bro. Mike Malone. They kept hinting at Mike Malone coming to the games and shit. I mean, come on, man. Like that's probably gonna be the next hire anyway. The Knicks still get to extend some people, bro. Like they still got the front 6 or the front 7 or the roster coming back the next year, on probably expiring deals or whatever or extended deals, and that's gonna be that. That's gonna be the team they're gonna run with. The problem is they just gotta play different. They just gotta run a roster different. That's the reality of it, bro. Like, I mean, like once Brunson and Cat got started to play in once Brunson and Cat got isolated in the Indiana series, that was pretty much it. Y'all didn't have that problem in the Boston series. Boston, I don't know what the hell was going on with them, bro. Like they was just bombing up threes just to bomb up threes. They ain't changed shit. But other than that, bro, like Tibbs, everybody knew Tibbs was out the door. I kept calling Tibbs the Undertaker of head coaches, bro. Like, go ask D Rose. Go ask Joe Kim Noah. Go ask Luol Deng. Go ask Kirk Heinrich and them Chicago niggas, man. Like they know. Come on,
So
man.
so they so they didn't cheat for Indiana. That game 1 when they magged the ball that stupid ass shot in for Halliburton. They cheated for Indiana. I'm not even a Knicks guy. Like, this ain't my real page. You probably don't even know. Like, I be coming on here as Big Worm. I rock with LeBron. I'm rocking with LeBron, but boom, I saw, like, I went with the Knicks because Cino don't like the Knicks and LeBron. They cheated them game 1. That ball flew all the way up in the air and came back down. I wasn't believing in the Magnum ball. But then I seen that and I was like, how the hell? That was a little weird. So that's a game that the Knicks had right there. They were up 2 when Halliburton hit that. He thought he hit a 3. He did a little choke thing trying to get it going or whatever. It was weird. I'm still debating on the whole Magna Ball thing, but like that shot was weird, and I felt like they cheated. They cheated the Knicks game 1.
Yeah, they tried.
And
They tried to really treat him.
they cheated the Pacers in game 5. So here
I
we
mean,
are. They
but
cheated them in
see,
game 3 and
In
5.
game 3 and game 5.
Yep.
well,
So
How did they cheat? Okay, I gave y'all a reason how they how they cheated the. And what y'all gonna talk about? How the refs kept on doing them stupid calls maybe for the Knicks? Okay, maybe, but I mean, if the game getting a little chippy, these teams are maybe not really Indiana, but they get a little physical. That's what happens. You're gonna get foul calls. Like it goes both ways.
The Cats scoring 20 points in the fourth quarter when they got the
That
man.
with a little.
Yeah. Come on, let's all right, all right. Now shit funny now, bro. Like
Cino,
okay,
Cino, Cino,
Exactly.
Cino, players can randomly get hot. Like I on a basketball court
anybody but Tom and Jerry.
one day,
Anybody but Tom and
I
Jerry.
was killing out
Okay,
there
Naismith
in
was
the
a
hood on the
38%
court one day. I
three-point
couldn't miss
shooter.
a shot one day. I swear to God, I was.
That happened.
It was from the
That
mid
happened.
range,
But in the
huh?
middle of an Eastern Conference Finals game, Naismith would hit probably 2 threes before he missed one. He ain't gonna
Naismith
hit
is
6
garbage.
in a row.
Yo, y'all hear me?
Naismith ain't gonna hit 6 threes in a row from different spots on the floor in the fourth quarter when you tired and everything else. He's just pulling up. No,
Naismith is
I mean,
trash.
Neesmith. Well,
that's what I'm saying. That's not gonna happen.
quiet as kept. Neesmith finished the season top 10 on 3-point shooting. Just to put that on your mind, but
Well,
I
yeah, he's
mean,
38%. He's a 38% shooter.
yeah.
But
Well, I
So I
hope.
mean,
that's
I
what I'm
hope.
saying. But most of his threes come early in the game, and they come within transition. He's not a late game 3-point guy where he's hitting 6 threes in a row after been playing 94 feet of defense and chasing Brunson around and hounding him. You're not gonna have no energy to keep pulling up for 6 threes like that in a row.
Yeah,
It just
Naismith
don't
is
happen
trash.
like that, bro.
I
That's what
didn't
I'm
but
know
saying.
that he was top
there's a
10.
reason why. There's a reason why it
I
only
watched
happened.
this game, man. I know. I didn't
Sino,
see
Sino, there's a reason why it only happened one time, bro. Now, if you want to call that magnet ball, bro, that's fine. But it never happened again throughout the entire series.
Of
That's all
course
I can
not.
tell you.
That's not gonna happen. That's what I'm saying.
But it happened. It happened in game one when they needed it. So and they won.
Yeah.
Nesmith is
There's
not
a
going
lot
to
of
come
things
out.
happening.
Nesmith is not going to shoot. Nesmith is not going to come out and shoot 5 and hit 5 threes, 6 threes, 7 threes this next coming series. He
Of
will
course
not
not.
do it.
Of course not. But because
He got
OKC,
hot. He got
because
lucky.
the reason why he ain't gonna do it in this series is because Oklahoma City, bro, they do something way better than the Knicks, and that's called play defense.
No, the reason he's not going to do it in this series is because he got lucky.
Listen, we could call it luck, but it seemed like all
But
we
here's the thing, though.
it seemed like all of Indiana's luck come against the Knicks. This shit been happening for like 30 years, bro. Like I'm
That
like,
is a fact. That is a fact.
it
I
seemed
will give
like
you that.
it
I
seemed
will
like
give you
all
that.
of Indiana's good luck been coming against the Knicks.
That's a fact. So I mean, curses are alive for real. For real. It's like the Knicks are the Cowboys of the basketball world. Let's just keep it above.
Well, we can't say that
They
because the
can't-
Cowboys
Can't say that because they don't have no legacy. They don't have the Cowboys' legacy.
right.
Yeah,
Cowboys
they didn't win.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
They don't have an era where they dominated the way that the
Now
Cowboys did.
y'all cutting
How
deep
many
now.
championships they got? They won that
Now
one in
y'all
Why
cutting
73.
it's the truth.
cutting deep.
They got that one in 73. How many more championships they got?
But
That's no, they got two in the 70s, bro. The last time they won a championship, bread cost 5 cents.
Right. Phil Jackson was playing
can
on
we
the
talk
team.
about can we talk about the Knicks? Are you trying to tell me that them early 90 Knicks teams wasn't crazy?
They were good. They were content. They were good.
Oh, okay. Fix your
But they weren't good. They
They was good, but they was good. But those teams
They was crazy.
underachieved.
They
Those
were crazy.
teams, those teams underachieved, bro. Like when Jordan
No, they
left.
didn't. The only thing that was in their way was Michael Jordan. That was the only thing
Yeah,
that was
okay,
in their
all
way.
right, but let's go to the years when Jordan
But
wasn't
Michael was
there.
in everybody's
Exactly.
Let's go to the years when Jordan wasn't there. When Jordan left, that spot in the East was secured for the Knicks.
Yep.
What did they do, bro, when they won the East?
They lost
Remind me.
Elijah
seven games.
was the guy, man. Come on, man.
Elijah Wan took their soul, and then 5 years later, San Antonio and Duncan took their soul, and then the very
Hold on,
next year,
let's
Because
not
you
skip.
had Tim Duncan
Whoa,
and
whoa,
I
whoa,
mean,
hold on. Let's not skip all of that. Let's go back to 93.
I like this talk though, for real, bro.
Yeah, let's talk about this because this is what doomed the Knicks. In 1992, y'all won 7 games with the Bulls. When the Bulls had the best record in the league and probably the best team Michael Jordan has ever been on, that were in they peak. And that
by
was
far,
in 92.
Yo,
by
do
far.
you think that team was better than the Golden State team?
The 92 Bulls, any of those teams would have beat the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, they would have definitely. The
Them early
90s
I
'90s,
would
them
say the
early
same.
'90s
I
Bulls
would say
teams,
the
swept.
same.
them
I
early
would say
'90s
the
Bulls
same.
teams
They
was
would
out of
have got
line.
I would
swept.
say the
You
same.
gotta
Them
understand.
early '90s Bulls teams, bro, would
If you
they would have
win,
mopped the floor with
you
Yeah,
didn't
anybody.
even
I'm
need to be
along
the
with you. I'm
Bulls.
with you.
You weren't gonna beat the Milwaukee Bucks. The Golden
Shit.
State would have got swept by them.
Mm.
You gotta understand, it's about the rules of the game.
The Cavs was
Right, the
nice
rules
back
of the
then.
game of the 90s, that's just way different.
That's
Way
way different.
different type of physicality. Can you imagine Mason and all those dudes? Those dudes, the Knicks would have whooped them. They would have
Yeah,
swept them.
because
Right.
they would. You
I could
can't
tell.
have Mason.
I could tell you for a
Slap
reason.
Steph
That,
Curry,
like
and that would have been it. He'd have
there,
slapped
there,
Steph.
there's
I,
He got his tech.
there's
I don't know
but
about
like
that.
what people got to understand about the '80s and the '90s, bro. There was up and down offensive teams, bro, running back then. You had the Denver Nuggets back then with Lafayette Lever and Kiki Vandeweghe, bro. Like, you had the Run TMC. There's a reason why them teams didn't win in the playoffs
Shout
because
out to
when it
Run
got
TMC.
yeah, but when it got when the game got physical, bro, like and they couldn't run up and down, and they had to slow it down, bro. Like it was quiet for them. They didn't have half court sets. That's why they had to run. I know that as a Nets fan, bro, because when J Kidd got to the Nets, we didn't have no half court set. We had to run all day. When they slowed the game down, we couldn't do nothing.
Yep. And
That's Steph.
what happened. And the thing was is that the problem was they wanted to switch. And Kenya Martin, he just really got outplayed. I mean, against the Spurs, it was nothing he could do. Like
Nothing.
it was nothing he could do. They schemed them all game. And then they had the Lakers. And the Lakers, shoot, they had to deal with Shaq.
Yeah, so it wasn't. Yeah,
They had
yeah.
no
They didn't have no answer.
They had the strongest man in the NBA on their team, and he still could. He just undersized. They had no big man, and that was the main problem of the Nets. They had no big man. They needed a center. They needed somebody in the middle just to be there. Because Kenya
Yep.
Martin them wore down. They trying to deal with Shaq. They could have won the
What
series.
you what you
At least-
think? What you think the problem with that Sonics team was that went up against Mike? I thought
They
that
they
was
got outboarded by Rodman.
They
I
had
think
no
that
Rob,
was
Rob,
experience.
Rodman got in their
team.
head.
Oh,
Rodman got in their head.
it was mostly that no experience, youth, and they never been in that moment before. And they ran into Dennis Rodman, who's a master.
Yeah,
He's a Detroit Piston. He learned from the best.
Yes.
You
We
right.
taught
You
him
right.
like
He took them.
man,
He took their whole front line out of the game.
You right.
Yeah.
You right. You right.
we were
You right.
masters of the game.
1,000% correct.
This is why I love the Pistons so much, is because people just today they just don't know. They just look at all the highlights, the clips, and they just think we just beat people up, and that's how we won championships. That's not how you win. we got like some of the best players in the history of the game on our team. I was like, do you realize how many players are in the Hall of Fame on our team? That's like, are you kidding
That's
me?
Steph
The
Curry.
Hall of Fame coach, everything. You don't just do that from beating everybody up. That just don't make sense. That just sounds stupid. I'm like, we
Pistons-
beat everybody up, we're gonna fall out of the game.
The Pistons, bro. What people don't know about the Pistons back in the '80s, before they became the bad boys, they was putting up 120, 130 a game with the Nuggets in them teams. They just didn't have no defense
Yeah,
when they had Kelly. When y'all had Kelly Tripuk, when you remember y'all had Kelly Tripuk and all of them.
Yes, exactly. We did do that, but here's the thing: we beat you psychologically. That was our game. We intimidated you. We had the whole thing about intimidation without even hitting you. you were already anticipating it and thinking about it. You weren't thinking about playing basketball. Well, the way we walked out of the locker rooms and the way we came out in a single line, organized like a machine on the road into their building, intimidated other teams. They were just like looking at us like we rode like an army. That's how we came in, military minded. Lambert was the sergeant of arms, Isaiah was the general. So that's just how it was. And they Lambert would normally lead the whole team out as the sergeant of arms, and Isaiah be right behind him as the general. So I was like, we had it all organized and lined up. Rick Mahorn knew how to mentally get in the players' head. He would squeeze players' butts. They was like, man, what's wrong with you? And Rick Mahorn would do it just to get him out, just throw them
Oh
off.
hell no!
Yeah,
Not
to get
gonna
them
lie.
off their game. He would squeeze a player on the butt. And Rodman started doing that, and man, James
But
Worthy
I,
was saying,
but I
ref,
ain't gonna hold you though.
It
I
was
ain't
just
gonna
a
hold.
lot. It was just they understood the mental part of
yes.
the game so much.
That's that.
So where like
And they want
the thing about the '80s is like the thing is you could be so lenient with it that like most of the stuff they did was within the rules. They not like once the play was dead, that was like nobody really did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean. They played the game. They foul like yeah they foul hard. Everybody in the '80s foul hard. Everybody in the '90s foul hard. But the
I heard
thing
y'all
is,
say something. My bad.
more you realize more and more teams after the bad boy Pistons got blown up could play exactly like the Pistons. Go look at all of them '90s teams with go look at the '90s Indiana and Knicks and Heat teams. They had bruisers. They had dudes that came in there for 5 fouls. But the thing is, none of them teams had Isaiah Thomas. None of them teams had Joe Dumars. None of them
nope,
teams had Vinnie Johnson.
nope.
Man, I feel like
That's why they couldn't beat Jordan, bro. Like Jordan was by the time Jordan seen the second versions of them teams, bro, he was already used to it.
I don't
Exactly.
know. That Steph. I heard
Yo,
y'all say something about Steph Curry.
But they had
I
the
think I heard
Bulls
some.
beat. They had the Bulls beat in '92. They had it working. They won in Chicago. They knew they had one thing that was the New York Knicks had one player that was defining the entire series and changed New York basketball. Xavier
Xavier
McDaniel.
McDaniel.
And you let
Hmm.
him go. You had him for 1 year. And you had him in there. Y'all went 7 games with the Bulls. He's punked Scottie Pippen. Scottie was scared the entire damn series. He's about to cry. Michael Jordan had to swing him out of his way and go head up with X-Men.
Yep.
that one scene where you see them standing head to head, like you finna stop picking on Scott. Scotty was scared. I was like, man, see this dude. They talking about he got tough against the Pistons. He wasn't scared no
So
more. I'm
are we
like, man,
To be,
saying?
Xavier
to be
McDaniel.
honest,
Scotty,
I'm
everybody
not.
knows Scotty was mentally weak, bro. Come on.
Yeah, he
Are
was.
we
And
saying?
that's
Are
why
we saying that are we saying that the Knicks was trash because they let go of Xavier McDaniels?
no, they made a poor decision by letting him go. Xavier McDaniels was also not just an enforcer. He had the mental game to get in your head to throw you off, especially with
Yep.
Scotty. Him and
Let's
Opie
not get it
both
twisted.
love
I
Scotty.
love I
And
love the player that Xavier McDaniel was.
yeah,
And when he went to Boston, I was mad than a motherfucker because I
y'all
don't
let
like
him go because
Boston.
y'all chose Anthony Mason. And y'all, that was the thing. Y'all chose Mason over X-Man because
I'm gonna take that every day.
I wouldn't. And that's why you didn't win. And I'm going to tell
Exactly.
you right now, that's why you didn't win. Xavier
Exactly.
McDaniels was more of a
No, I ain't gonna
dynamic
lie. X-Men was
scorer,
all of that.
and he had the psychological game defensively. He had Scottie Pippen out of the game, and Michael Jordan had to do a lot on his own. And Scottie was messed up mentally and couldn't focus on the game, and Mike had to keep bailing his ass out. And that's why it went 7 games. Because y'all really shouldn't have been in the same category.
Y'all shouldn't have never. Yeah, y'all
Yeah.
shouldn't have never been in 7 games with that. No, y'all was not like the thing is X-Men was like really like that year, bro. X-Men was the X factor for that team. If I go, the reason why I know is because my father's a Knicks fan, bro. He keep going back to that damn series. I said, bro, I keep now all of these years you keep rewinding it. I know why y'all lost.
Who did X-Men go to after? Who did X-Men go to after the Knicks?
I think he went to Boston, if
He
I'm not
definitely
mistaken.
went to Boston. What?
Yeah.
Who?
Before,
What
because
team was
before
better?
that, before
What?
before he got to the Knicks, if I'm not mistaken, he was with Seattle, and it was him and Tom Chambers, and they was dunking on everybody, bro. I remember that team.
Yeah, he's about to fight Oakley. And then they said, man, if you crazy enough to start with Oakley and get
Yeah,
Charles
we
going,
need
that was the previous season. The next
Xavier
year,
yeah,
McDaniel.
he told
Xavier
him that,
McDaniel went to Boston after he played for the Knicks, and
right.
Boston and the Knicks was a better team than Boston that next year. That Xavier
Boston, yeah,
McDaniel.
they were a regular. Yeah, y'all were a better regular season team, but y'all
Okay,
wasn't a better
what are we
team. Y'all
talking
wasn't
about?
a. But
y'all
no, y'all
had
y'all wasn't
okay,
better when y'all had expert. Y'all had everything y'all needed to beat Chicago. Y'all had everything y'all needed. Y'all had the enforcers. Y'all had the muscle. Y'all had the defense. Y'all had the versatility. X Man could play the three. He could move to the four a little bit. Anthony Mason, bro, wasn't the skill. He wasn't the skilled player that X was. He wasn't.
Listen to what I'm saying. Okay, okay. We
I heard
the
what you
Knicks
was
let
saying.
go. The Knicks let go of the Knicks let go of Xavier McDaniel. Right, he went to
Right,
Boston. Right,
right.
which team was the better team after
The
that?
Knicks had the best record in the East.
Go.
They
That's
had a
what I'm
better
talking
record
about.
than the
Go.
Chicago
Now we
Bulls.
talking. Now we talking facts.
Right. We're all talking. All of it is facts. Now, listen, here's the thing, though. You were up 2 games to none on the Chicago Bulls. You won both games at home. You go on the road. You don't win one game on the road in the
That's a
playoffs.
fact. That's a fact. See, that's a fact.
When you had Xavier McDaniels, you won on the road in Chicago.
Hmm.
That's the difference.
That was the
Because
difference.
down the stretch, when it came to game 5, instead of going with Charles Smith,
Exactly.
and Antonio Mason, if you got
Exactly.
Daniels in
I
there,
know you remember. I know you remember him.
Yeah,
That name ring a
Charles
bell, don't it?
Smith was
got
garbage.
somebody
I
who
hated
can
Charles
score that
Smith.
basketball.
I hated Charles Smith.
Right, Charles Smith. They tried to make him tough. I was like, dude, he gonna shave his head after that. I'm gonna shave all my hair and get bald with everybody else.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
Yo,
bald. We're gonna be
yo,
united.
I play.
Crazy.
You
Yo,
ain't
yo,
tough.
I
Y'all picked
play.
up Charles Smith from the Clippers.
Yep.
That's what
Yeah.
y'all picked him up for. What y'all do that for?
Right. Charles Smith went in there and blew 4 layups in a row instead of dunking the ball. They was, why you ain't dunking the ball? Because he ain't X-Men. He
Exactly.
shouldn't have had the ball in the first place. And now X-Men looking like, see?
Hmm.
See?
I
X
played
Men.
against
Listen, hey, quiet as kept. X Men came on a podcast. I usually go on, bro. Like, and he talked about that series, bro. He talked about what Pat Riley was doing, having 4 days. He talked about Ewan and all of that. I'm like, yo, if you'll get the full scoop of how close y'all really was to beating the Chicago Bulls in '92, and y'all never got that close ever again.
Nope. And they
Well, the Knicks
and
was one of the closest teams that could beat the Chicago Bulls.
And never
wrong.
got that close ever again.
Y'all would
So
never
what y'all
really.
trying to say? They can't move no pieces around now and
What Pat
get
Riley
past the
did,
East. Like they can,
see,
That,
what
they
Pat
can
Riley
do some.
So we saying
that's the
that
problem.
these
once
Knicks
y'all
that
got
this
Pat Riley saw Detroit Pistons and said, okay, I know what Detroit Pistons did. I can win a championship in the East. He got away from Magic because Magic and Pat Riley started bumping heads. And he said, all right, I'm getting away from that because I seen what we need to win over here. And what we need is, he's like, I just watched the Detroit Pistons and their team with physicality take us out of our game. They kept us out of fast breaks and everything, and they played like what Pat Riley did, because that's what Pat game was. He was physical. So Jerry West could score. He was the enforcer. He gonna do the dirty work. He didn't mind it. Jerry West could get 100 he didn't care. Pat Riley was the guy laying the wood. He was gonna do the dirty work. He was the Rodman. He would go and get the tough baskets. So that was his job. So he went to the Knicks. He said, "All right, Patrick, you need some help. You the big man here. You the man. So we got to have people around you that could play and guys that protect you. So Oakley is your protection. Oakley will need somebody on the side of him. He ain't got nobody on the side of him. So that's when they went and got McDaniels, and they were supposed to be the new Pistons. They had John Starks. They had just got Starks, really, and now he just got that role. And John ended up, man, he was so New York. He was perfect. If you want to say the perfect Knick mentality, that's John Starks. That man was locked in. Pat didn't have it like that. Pat was just all ball. Starks is like, he will explode. Starks felt like I felt. If I was like, man, if John Starks will get ejected in 10 seconds, if something went down, man,
Starks
he couldn't
was streaky,
stand.
though. Starks was streaky.
Yeah, he was. He was streaky, and like that game 6, the Knicks should have won the championship. Y'all, the game was over. John Starks went crazy and hit like 5 threes in a row and brought everybody back into the game and made it a game again when it was a blowout. And I was like, man, the Knicks finna come back and win this thing. They finna win the chip.
No, they're not.
Yep, they did. They blew it down the
I
stretch.
think the 99 Knicks team was better than the 94 Knicks team. I think the 99 Knicks team was better than the 94 Knicks team. I'm gonna say it 3 more times.
Oh,
You got.
here's the thing.
I think that lockout team was great for the Knicks.
The lockout team really wasn't great. I'm gonna tell you what.
The lockout team wasn't better than the 97 team. The 97 team was stacked.
I'm gonna tell you now, Spreewell was just playing out of his mind.
There we go. Now we talking. Spreewell, Allen Houston. What are we talking about?
Y'all wasn't supposed to beat Indiana that year. Indiana had y'all beat, and it took the LJ 4-point play.
That's hey. LJ, we got LJ, we got LJ, we got Spreewell.
Y'all were eliminated. It took that Larry Johnson 4-point play.
We got what's my man's name from UNLV?
If you really want to keep it fun, y'all really wasn't supposed to beat Miami that year. Y'all won off of Allen Houston front rim.
We beat them. That's why I'm saying that
they were the eighth seed. That's why I keep telling them. I'm like, dog.
And they still had Patrick Ewing. On it.
Y'all were like the eighth seed.
I mean, but Ewing was on his last legs though. That wasn't the Ewing from 94. Ewing from 94 and 99 is 2 different Ewings. Like that, the Ewing from 94.
It was still
It wasn't, but Ewing from 94 was a top 5 player in the league at the time. The 99 Ewing, bro, he was on his last legs.
Yeah, he was on his last leg.
We had Camby, but he only played like maybe 20 minutes a game. Ewing was the guy.
You needed Camby on the team because Camby was doing all the defense and jumping and
he was doing all the dirty work like Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, but see, Spree was the guy that was like in transition.
Spree was the guy. You're right.
Spree was the guy. And in the playoffs, he came alive. See, you got to remember in that short season, guys was out of shape. They came in that season. They started that season out of shape. Because they've been sitting around, they was thinking the whole season wasn't gonna get called. They wasn't gonna play. So they've been sitting around like holidays, everything. Reggie Miller went and got all the guys and said, look, man, we finna work out. All us, because everybody gonna be out of shape. It's gonna be a short season, and the season finna come back. He's like, we finna get a season, it's gonna be short, but we need to be in shape. We need to start running now. Like start getting in shape now and running us. So when the season start, we're going to get the jump on everybody, and it's going to be a short season. We can get to the championship because ain't nobody in the East can stop us. There's no more Bulls. It's done. Like, they done. It's like that was lit. And they won 7 games with them last year. So they said, this is our year. This is our time. We finna win it. We're going to get to the finals.
check this out. You know that the '99 Knicks team made it to the finals, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They
Okay.
played against the
Okay.
Indiana.
Wait a minute. The '94 Knicks team didn't make it to the finals.
They did.
You trying to tell me that a team that made
They
it to the
did
finals?
make the finals. The '94 team did make the finals. They lost to the
The 94 team was a game away from winning the finals.
Exactly.
That's what they were. Like, I mean, if you want to say that 99 was better in terms of talent, overall talent, maybe. I mean, y'all didn't have nowhere near the wings. Y'all didn't have close to a wing that y'all had in Spreewell and Allen Houston playing that year. They were playing out of their minds, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like Spreewell was like damn near looking like one of the best wings in the league.
Sprewell was
Um,
the
Al,
best
Al,
two guard. Sprewell was the best two guard in the league at that time. Let's
Al,
not.
Allen Houston came alive. He started to have some games, and he
Well,
started to
that's
go crazy, and he got
also
that max contract.
yeah, that's
So
because the pressure was taken off of him once they had Spree. And when
right,
Spree got there, it opened up a whole new door for them. So, but to say they was one of the best teams, they clearly was not. They had a good run once the playoffs started. They knew how to play Miami because they play Miami all the time. So when they got that tip shot, when it went up and it tipped and finally fell in and all that, once they got that to go, then that's when they started rolling because Miami was the best team that year. They thought the Miami Heat was going to win the championship. So they choked against the Knicks. And once that happened, they went ahead and they started playing in like nobody saw it. They were like the eighth seed. They was like really the Knicks were like one of the worst teams that year. They was just so inconsistent. And they
they're
just
very
found their niche.
inconsistent.
Yeah, they found their niche that year. But what happened the very next year?
The very next year, they went up against the Pacers and they got smoked in 6.
Because they were supposed to lose that year to the Pacers. It was a Larry Johnson 4-point play.
Mm-hmm.
They were down 4, and Aaron McKee. I will never forget this as long as I live. Larry Johnson, because my buddy is a Pacer fan,
Right.
and he saw this happen, and I laughed my ass off when Larry Johnson pulled up the fool, and I said, "Did this fool just foul him? They up 4. Why are you that close?" Y'all are up 4, and they let this dude shoot. And Larry Johnson hit that 3 all
What
net.
was shocking to me is that LJ hit the free throw though, like because I knew I'm like, wait, LJ
That's
ain't hit
why
this
they
free throw.
grabbed it when he hit it. I
Yep.
remember that whole play in my head. That's
Who
what I'm saying. They ran up to him.
who
They
did the
grabbed
Knicks play in the finals?
They post. We
They
need
played
to
the
get it.
Spurs.
Yeah, and then they lost by 1 point.
94? Not in
They played
94?
99. 99, y'all played the
Okay,
Spurs. 94, y'all
99 we
played
played
Houston.
the Spurs. I see a
Yeah.
thing on the thing that say 94 did make the
99,
finals.
94, y'all played Elijah Wan.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
y'all lost.
the 94 Knicks team was way better than the 99 team.
Way better.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Way better.
That team.
It's not even a comparison.
It's just that at the 2 guard position, like Spreewell was a whole different monster.
Spreewell and Allen Houston was turning into monsters during that run.
I can't
Right,
get
like
behind him.
Spree is a guy that's gonna be the head of the team. You know, like he the head of the snake. Anytime Spree is on the team is gonna go somewhere.
Right.
You know, he's a difference maker. And it's just unfortunate he was out the league because David Stern hated his guts after what he said.
I mean,
He got him up out the league.
I mean,
man, because he's like, I need to feed my family. Once he said that, they didn't even
yeah. Spreewell was radioactive, bro. Like, I mean,
yeah, I think he
Definitely
choked the coach.
radioactive.
It was still the league. And then he said, okay, they let that go.
And they had LJ. They had LJ. They had
they did let that go. Brian Shaw
Andy.
talked about that.
Camby
Yep.
was
And then
ugly.
it was
Let's not forget about Camby. That guy was ugly. Coming out of uh
Massachusetts.
coming out of UMass, that
Yeah.
guy was ugly.
No,
Oh
Camby
my
was
God.
one of the. I ain't gonna lie. Camby was one of the best college players I ever
Yeah,
seen,
he'll
bro. At
come
the
down
time.
there and yam on you.
hmm Camby was cool at UMass, bro. Like I ain't gonna hate on him.
and the Knicks let him go.
Yep, sound about right. And then that started the whole conjunction of how the Knicks been trashed for most of this century.
He said the conjunction.
Yes.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
let
the
him go.
conjunction. Because like I knew right from the get go. Once Ernie Grunfeld and whatchamacallit walked out the door, and a lot of people started coming in and started coming in the revolving doors from the 2000s and the 2010s, and all the way to the point where now y'all had these consecutive seasons where y'all started winning. I already knew, bro, what time it was, bro. Like the whole 2000s, and then I ran to 2010, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like that LeBron free agency, I already knew the gig was up. I'm like, man, LeBron ain't coming to no damn New York and no New Jersey. Get out of here. He ain't
Well,
coming over here.
the first year they got spree was that trade deadline. After that situation where he choked the coach, he came all the way. They went to the finals. Then they had spree again, and the Pacers smoked them.
Mm-hmm.
Then y'all had that same team for 3 more years, and y'all could have kept spree. Spree wasn't the problem. Spree was still putting up his numbers. Y'all didn't want to pay spree, and you let him go to
Spree had one more run with Minnesota in
yeah,
'04, and then after
Minnesota
and then
Sound and KG, and they were
yep.
the number one team in the West.
And then after that, bro, he told them, bro, like, man, I can't feed my family off of this.
Right.
Now,
He's like, man,
see,
I need
this
to
is the
feed my family.
this is
And
the
he
New
was a
York. This
contract
is the new.
negotiation.
This is the New York story. They do not want to play. They do not want to pay players. You know what I'm saying? If you get busy,
They pay OG Ananobi 200 million.
wait a minute. Now check this out. I will say this: if Brunson gets too busy about when his contract is up, when he asks for about 150, 300, 400, they're
Didn't
gonna be
Fat Boy take a
like,
pay cut?
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, nah.
He took a pay cut for all his boys to be there. They wound up losing DiVincenzo, but for basically nothing. They didn't have to put him in a trade. They could have traded Randall and whatchamacallit straight. So they wound up losing DiVincenzo for nothing. They wound up losing all of their draft pick, all of the guys that was draft picks really for nothing. They lost RJ.
And this
I don't know, remember who they got RJ Barrett and
and
whatchamacallit
this is
for.
why I think Thibs got fired because I think it was a Jalen Brunson move.
That's what I said.
It might
It's
I
have
think
been.
it was a Jalen
that
Brunson move.
is that's a major part of it. Brunson. If Brunson didn't want him there or wanted him there, he would be there. Tibbs
Yeah,
is they're bringing him. I believe they already have their coach. I
I
believe
agree
that
with
they already had Mike Malone ready to
Yeah,
go.
they had Mike Malone in the bag. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I believe
they
they
had
had
Mike Malone in the
whoever
back.
going to be the coach. I believe they already had it in the bag. Tibbs' days was numbered from.
Because Mike Malone getting fired from Denver, like and the way that situation went, that was basically a setup.
Yeah,
Like because
that
everything
was
after that
crazy.
championship. Nah, because the thing is, Mike Malone started getting a little bit more shoulder in that locker room after that championship,
They should have
and
kept Malone. They should have kept Mike Malone. They probably be in the Eastern in the Western Conference Finals if they would have kept
but
Malone.
the problem was they didn't like the way Mike Malone was talking to a
That's the
lot like
problem.
that's what it
You
was.
see,
They
damn.
they didn't.
So are we saying that the NBA is so soft that people can't take
I went.
away?
I went. I mean, like it's not just that, bro. I think the NBA they have a buddy system. Like everybody has a buddy system. Brunson has a buddy system with the
You
Knicks,
right?
because Leon Rose is his godfather.
Mhm.
Like they got a buddy system. There's no way Brunson was supposed to be no number one option on no damn team ever.
No.
No. Brunson is nasty.
Listen, Brunson. Listen,
I got I got Brunson. I got Brunson as the second best point guard in the league right now.
right.
So
Okay, you got him as the
so
second best point guard in the league based on production, but
right.
it's taking him.
So
It's taking him. But look at how the offense is constructed, bro. If you look at how the way the Knicks offense is constructed, he holds the ball for way too damn long. One, he's way too it's way too many high volume shots. Even though he's taking mid range shots, bro, it's high value mid range shots. He's out here 5'11", taking Kobe fallaways.
that's a
Talk
fact. That's
to
a
him.
fact. That's
Come
a fact.
on, bro. Like where we at with that, bro?
I'm
We
listening. I'm
5'11".
listening, bro.
Like not so my thing, if you look at the way Halliburton plays in terms of the structure of the offense and how everybody on the roster eats, I'm looking at this whole entire Indiana Pacers run all the way to the finals. I'm looking at damn that they got every series, they got damn near 6 or 7 players close to averaging double digits. Tyrese Halliburton
Indiana's
wasn't
gonna
even a
get
leading scorer
washed.
on the team.
If
Yeah.
you Indiana is going to get washed.
Of course they gonna get washed, bro. The Knicks was gonna
Okay,
get
so
washed if they won this shit
why are
either
we even
too.
talking about them?
Hey,
Then?
I don't think they gonna get washed. I'm gonna tell you that.
They're gonna get washed.
I mean, I think they gonna get washed, bro. OKC, bro, they foul a lot, bro, and you're not allowed to guard SGA. So like that's why they gonna get washed. The NBA needs somebody to push. This year, SGA just so happened to fit the bill. They're gonna use him for this year, then they're gonna move on to somebody else. That's how it's gonna happen.
I'm
So
listening.
like this shit is a sweep. It's just a lot of people don't know it.
Yeah, it's a sweep.
I think
It's
it's
a
going
sweep.
like 6-7 games.
I think this shit is a Broman, bro. Like
Yeah, I was watching the matchups, going back to watch their matchup this season to see how they match up with each other. I think it's gonna be quite closer than what people think.
I got
the first game, both teams is gonna come out sluggish shooting wise, and that's gonna play right into OKC hands because they get to be in the passing lanes and foul and swipe and scratch and claw and all them little itty bitty defenders, bro, get to run out and go get layups, and they get to pressure the ball and they get to be physical. Like OKC is allowed to be a lot physical than what they are.
here's the X factor. Chet Holmgren. Do y'all know that he's nice?
Yeah, Chet is good. I like Chet.
But did y'all know that he was sitting there watching because he couldn't play last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was sitting there watching.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come out and give you everything that you need.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion.
Here's my opinion, bro. Like if OKC doesn't like if they don't go on if Indiana starts turning the ball over, OKC is going to go on a 10-12-0 run and they ain't going to probably never get back in the game. If they try to get back in the game, that's when the referees is going to give SGA calls. That's what's going to happen.
Well, they've been
They
giving
gonna-
SGA calls all year.
they've been giving him calls all year, and he's been playing the role of getting calls very great with the flopping and the flailing the arms, this, that, and the third. See, the thing is,
You know
in
who
the
else they've been
blowouts,
giving calls? You know who else they've been giving calls all year?
Brunson.
That's what we do. Jalen Brunson. They've been giving Jalen Brunson calls all year.
Yeah.
I call him the little engine that could.
That couldn't.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, right. You absolutely right. The little engine that couldn't. The little engine that can't.
What'd you say, Cito?
The little engine that can't. That's what it is.
Come on, man. Y'all killing. Y'all killing.
The little
my
engine
guy.
that can't.
Brunson is what you call. Y'all gotta understand. He's a complimentary player. He's a 33rd pick in the draft. Right after they
Well, he
won
was
the
not. He's
championship.
nice. Can you
No,
not say that
but
he's
like
nice?
Jalen Brunson is what you call a force superstar, bro. He's
Oh
forced.
my God! Now
And
we-
no,
now we
I'm
going crazy.
explain.
Now we going crazy.
I'm explaining how he's forced, bro. His play style, bro, doesn't fit to in a number as a number one. His play style is not the play style that you want for a championship winning team. At his
Jalen
size,
Brunson is the number 2 point guard in the league. I don't care how you slice it and dice it. Jalen Brunson is number 2 point guard in the league.
behind who?
All right, I'm gonna give you my top 3 point guards in the league that was
All right,
of this year.
I'm
Shay,
gonna see if you've been drinking. Hold on. All right, SGA. Go ahead,
Shay,
Shade. Mm-hmm.
Brunson, Luca. That's the top 3.
Well, Luca is. I ain't gonna lie. Luca is playing his way out of
Is
the
that
top
not the
three.
top 3? Is that not the top 3?
In the beginning of the season, it might have been, but right now, I mean, like
No.
Halliburton has to be added to that list. He got to be at some point, bro, because this is the second year in a row Indiana done marched to the Eastern Conference Finals, and now they out of the finals,
Okay,
and
that's
now
fact.
they in the
That's a fact.
finals.
That's a fact.
So
That's a
you
fact.
got Jalen Brunson over Steph Curry?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. What has he done this year? This year. Put
Yes,
the
this
numbers
him
up. Put the
year. I
numbers
mean,
up.
dog, I
Put
don't
the
care if it
numbers
was
up.
no rookie year.
Put the
I'm taking him
numbers up.
over ball. No,
Put the
hell
numbers up.
no. Hell
The
no.
the numbers could lie to you, bro. You do know that.
Oh my God.
Lying to
The
you
numbers
right
can
now.
lie to you.
See
Right.
that,
Numbers are
bro.
lying to your ass right now.
The thing is you got to read the book on how to lie with statistics, bro. It's a good book. I just read the whole shit, bro, and they'll tell you how to do it with averages, bro. Like I'm telling you right now, bro. Jalen Brunson is what you call a forced superstar, bro. When this run is over, when he's no longer when he can no longer carry a team no more, bro. Guess what? The time when by the time Jalen Brunson wins a championship, he's gonna be the 6 or 7 man on somebody's bench. Trust me, he ain't winning no championship as a number one.
I can't get to my phone quick enough, but I guarantee you that number wise, Jalen Brunson is better than Steph Curry in points, assists, and rebounds. I guarantee you.
That might be
Guarantee.
true. That might be
Yeah,
true, but
this year, I guarantee you that Jalen Brunson was better than Steph in all categories. I
yeah, that
guarantee you.
I'm not gonna argue to that, bro. Like my thing is that what is the overall impact when we look at when the Warriors don't have Steph and when the Knicks don't have Brunson, because when the Warriors don't have Steph, they are dog water. They are absolute cow manure, bro. Like they can't
That's
do a
not what
damn
I
thing.
that's not what I do. I don't do what if they didn't have this one, what if they didn't have that one. I do what if they had them, if they got them right here and right now.
I
And
mean,
I think that Jalen Brunson is top 3 in the league right now.
look,
There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. Go. Can we see it? Can we see it?
mm-hmm. What's that?
Right.
Has
Let's see.
averaged 29, 6, and 6 in 13 games against Brunson. All right, let's take a look at just this past 2 years.
Wait. Against Brunson.
Yeah.
No. Let's talk about
The
wait a
last game
minute.
they played was March of 2025. Steph had 28, 7, and 9.
All right.
Look
Pull
at his
Brunson up. Pull Brunson up.
now. Okay.
Pull Brunson up.
Okay, let me do it. Brunson. Let me do it here.
No, wait a minute. Jalen Brunson versus Steph Curry?
Mm,
Okay.
Now let's see what he averaged against Steph. 15 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds in 13 games.
So
And
Steph
his
All right,
Curry,
let's take it the last couple of games. Let's take it the last
last
couple.
game, he had 25, 2, and 7.
The game before that, he had 35, 5, and 7.
Yep.
27, 5, and 5. So I mean, listen, Brunson, listen, he can score. He can score the ball. I mean, he could play like he could get to what he get to, bro. Like as long as the shit is set up for him to get to what he could get to. He's what you call a forced superstar. Forced.
forced.
And I use forced.
Who
F
forced
O
him?
R C
Who forced?
E
Who
capital
forces?
D.
Who,
The best thing to say is what he really is. He's a manufactured superstar.
Man,
who
you yeah.
manufactures me to play good? Who forces me to play good? If I want to
No,
play,
no.
I
He's
play.
getting
If
a
I
lot
don't
of
want to
push.
play, I don't play.
Here's the thing. I use forced. The probably the more correct term is manufactured, and I agree with that term because the thing is, like we gotta ask ourselves if Leon Rose and Jalen Brunson Sr. wasn't on that team, bro, would he be the number one option on that team?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I mean,
I don't.
I'm gonna say this right now because I love the Knicks to my soul, to my heart. I love the motherfucking Knicks, but I'm a realist.
Okay.
Her at the end of the day, but I don't think Steph Curry is definitely a better point guard than Jalen Brunson. But is Jalen Brunson the best point guard the Knicks ever had? Yes.
No, I can't say that. I mean, because
Who's better?
when we talk about the Knicks point guards, bro, you of course you got to go old school, and
The
Walt
only
Clyde
person
Frazier,
the only okay, Clyde Frazier.
Walt
That's
Clyde Frazier off the rip is up there, bro. I can name point guards that was better that the Knicks traded.
okay.
Rod Strickland, like y'all had Mark when y'all had
You gotta go
Y'all had
Strickland.
Mark Jackson,
when y'all
Rod
had Mark
Strickland.
Jackson in his early years, y'all had Rod Strickland in his early years. Y'all had some guards, bro. Like I don't want to say y'all had Michael Ray Richardson before he got on that hard white. Listen,
Yeah,
They
Bimbo
had
Cole.
y'all had
Derek
Yeah,
Harper.
Bimbo
They had
Cole.
Derek
Yeah,
Harper
Bimbo
for a minute.
Cole.
But here's the thing:
Yeah,
Brunson
Derek
is the
Harper.
best
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
history of
Derek.
the Knicks.
We had a lot of guards,
I
man.
mean,
Come on.
y'all had Stephon Marbury, y'all had Jamal
Hey,
Crawford,
shout
bro.
out to
Like,
Steph Marbury.
yeah.
Shout out to Steph Marbury.
So I mean, I'm not gonna say it like the Knicks ain't have no names. It's just that
I think
Brunson has
Brunson
been
is the best thing. I think Brunson is the best thing that the Knicks had.
Brunson has been put in a position where he could take a lot of shots.
He gonna give you
That's
30. Brunson gonna give you 30.
yeah, but off how many shots is he gonna give me that 30 though?
Right.
Uh,
See,
Like
people ain't looking at that. They looked at the game. He scored 40, and they ain't
See,
looking at how
now
how
terrible
many
now
he
you
how many
was.
how
talking
many
now
shot
we
how many
talking
shots how many shots and how many free throws is it gonna take for him to get that 30 and that 40?
we talking about like all right, it's the same thing like Mike. How many shots is Mike gonna take?
Mike
How many
Mike
shots is
took a
Mike
lot.
gonna take?
Mike, but listen,
Mike
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 don't
took
gonna
impact
take
the
a
game.
1,000 shots.
but
Mike
but
don't
but
impact winning and losing.
Mike
You
but but,
is
got to worry
going to
about
take
Mike.
1,000 shots. Let's
Mike
keep it a buck.
yeah
No,
yeah yeah
not really.
that yeah look, but not really, but because Mike is gonna impact the game.
Mike ain't gonna take 1,000 shots.
But Mike is going
Not
to
all the
impact.
time.
But here's the thing, Jordan is going to impact the game in other ways too. Well, no, Jordan going to get out there. He going to play defense. Jordan going to get out there. He going to go get that chase down block. He going to go get that steal, that one hand steal. He going to go get that game winner. Like the thing is, the advantages that Jordan has playing out of the post, off that left shoulder, off that right shoulder, all of them fadeaway shots in the lane, those is better for him because at 6'6" he has that advantage. at one of the most highest vertical leaps, he has that advantage.
Right, right,
Brunson doesn't have that advantage at 5'11",
right,
but he's
right,
still
right.
shooting those shots. And when he's
Yo,
shooting those
don't
shots,
get
you
it
thinking
twisted.
to you
I love talking this shit. Don't get it twisted.
right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when Brunson is shooting those shots, I'm thinking to myself, all right, yeah, they go in from time to time, but it's gonna be portions in the game where they need him to do other stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be portions in the game where they're gonna need him to speed the tempo of the game up and get everybody involved, not dribble out the shot clock and be like, all right, yo, I'm a dribble drive. Hey, OG, I'm gonna need you to sit in the corner, wait for the ball. You might not get the ball for the next 3 plays though, because they ain't gonna double me. They might not double me on this play, but on the right, at cat. I'm gonna need. We gonna pick a roll here, and but we gonna do it like with like 8 seconds left in the shot clock. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like it's these things is forced upon. Like Iverson was one of my favorite players of all time, but he didn't really. Like he didn't really learn the game until he started taking one dribble pull ups. Until he started taking catch and shoot. Until he started playing off the ball. Brunson don't play off the ball like that. He got to play. He got to have the ball in his hands. Like I'm watching Steph Curry, bro. When Steph Curry learned how to play off the ball, that was some of the he did some of his best work, because now you got to worry about him coming off down screens and the pin downs. Everybody in here, we know how the Warriors like to play. You know what I'm saying? So like when Steph Curry give up the ball, right now you got to chase him all the way around the court. Cause you got Draymond setting them illegal screens. You got damn near everybody on the screen. So like Steph, all he needs is a little bit of space. Catch and shoot, come off the ball, score. When Iverson started running those plays where he got off the ball, and he had Larry Brown in the early 2000s, and everything was every single shot was in 3 dribbles at 5'11", 150 pounds. That's when he became a better scorer. That's when he became a better player. Now that 31 points don't have to come off you taking gazillion shots. It don't have to come and you holding the ball so long. You know what I'm saying? Now you playing faster. Now you playing in rhythm. With Brunson, he has to create everything. He has to do everything because they don't trust anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, even go back to Dallas when he played with Luca. Everybody was just take turn, take turn. Hey, yeah, you take a turn. All right, go ahead, Luca, you take the turn. It worked against certain teams, but then they ran into a team and then it didn't work. Brunson got paid big money to come to New York. Then he had the ball in his hands a lot. Julius Randle was the odd man out. You know what I'm saying? He like Julius Randle. We don't want you with the ball in your hand, man. Like we need you in the ball in hand, like certain portion of the game.
I think that trade was a great trade. Trade in to get Cat and send Julius Randle. I think that was a beautiful trade.
I
Beautiful,
think
Brunson
That
don't agree.
beautiful trade.
I'm not all the
I
way. I'm not the reason why I'm not all the way on that, bro. But it's because what you get with Randall is you get a certain amount of playmaking with Randall, and you get a certain amount of toughness. You know what I'm
Shit.
saying? Randall.
I'm
Don't get me wrong. Listen,
I'm trading Randall for Cat every day, all day.
here's the problem with Cat though. When it's time for Cat to play defense and it's time for him to switch, that's where the Knicks problems come in. He because
Cat
you can't.
got him to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah,
Randall,
yeah.
Julius Randall was Minnesota. They went to the Western
They
Conference
went to the Western
Finals.
Conference Finals. Y'all both went to the conference finals. Y'all both got bounced in the conference finals. So it's somewhat of an even trade when you talk about the results.
It
But when you
is. You're right. You're right.
but
You're
but, but
right.
when you talk about the play styles, now you got Julius Randle willing to take on that matchup. All right, yo, I got to get up as a defender. I gotta play defense. I gotta man up. I can't be lackadaisical on defense. Cat,
So
bro, like I see Cat and I see, bro, a lot of I see a lot of bad habits on defense. I see a lot of falling back, a lot of
So
drop coverage. I
check
see a
this
lot
out.
of getting beat
I
off the
think
dribble.
I think the Knicks should run this team back. Would you say no?
I say yeah, but at this point, they don't really have a choice. They don't really have a
No, they
choice because
got a
they
choice. They got a
no.
choice.
The
They got
thing
a
is they here's the thing. Y'all already went all in on the McHale deal. Y'all traded McHale for 5 firsts.
That's
Yeah,
what I was telling my man, yo. 5 players
4 of them
from
are
Macau
unprotected.
Bridges
Can you believe that?
was
yes.
crazy.
4 of them are
5 players
unprotected.
from Macau, from 5 players from Bridges.
Yes.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
Y'all trade hold up. Check this out. Y'all traded McHale for 5 firsts.
That's crazy.
Y'all lost Hartenstein to the team that's in to the best team in the league in the Thunder for nothing. Because of a loophole in the free agency in the CBA. Y'all was gonna give Hartenstein what was it 4 years 72
I think we should have kept Hartenstein. I
that y'all
think we
but
should have kept Hartenstein.
the
Did
problem with
everything we could Hartenstein.
the problem with that OKC just offered him a better deal. They
Yeah,
offered him
that's what it was.
they offered him more yeah, they offered him more less years with more
Yeah,
money.
and the Knicks didn't want to give him the money. That's
Right.
what's crazy.
The Knicks wanted to give him the money, but he took
We
the
didn't.
less years with more money.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
it
saying.
was. Yeah. So in number 3, y'all let what's the white kid go? Y'all let Divincenzo go with
Well,
Randall
yeah,
to Minnesota.
we had to give up
Y'all
him.
didn't
We
have
had
to.
to give
He
up.
was one of y'all best shooters off the bench.
Well, I
If y'all
mean, if you
and
gonna get,
remember this. If y'all keep him, now y'all got the whole Villanova squad together. Y'all got him. Y'all got Hart. Y'all got McHale, and y'all got Brunson. Y'all got those 4 from that old Villanova squad that won the championship
yeah,
couple in college.
yeah.
Hmm.
So y'all would have had the whole
So,
Villanova 4. That was the whole plan.
um,
DiVincenzo, bro, like you gotta like we'll go back to that game where y'all played Minnesota early on the season and how pissed off he was at the coaching staff and everything, bro. When he was talking to the coaching staff on the sideline. And I
hey,
said this,
uh,
I was like, yo, the Knicks did this and they got rid of all them pieces. Y'all gotta realize how stacked y'all was last year. Y'all was so stacked last year in terms of team. Y'all just broke down. And then
yo, yo,
y'all came back this year with a
check this out.
top heavy team.
Check this out, brother. What's your name, man?
Leaf.
Leaf. My name is Derek, man. So what I've heard is that they want to give up Cat. Um, I've heard they want to give up Cat
Mhm.
Robinson
Mm.
and Hart and 2 or 3 picks. This is what I've heard.
Uh-huh.
Cat Robinson Hart, 2 or 3 picks for Giannis. Would you do that trade?
Wait, no. No, I wouldn't do that trade because
Hell no.
now you listen, here's the thing, though. I wouldn't do that trade because you basically doing the same thing that you did earlier this year, but you gutting down more of your pieces. And you getting it for a Giannis. Don't get me wrong. I like Giannis, bro, but Giannis is getting to the point in his career where like he's coming off like the last 5 6 years of his career, he been giving the league
But wait
30
a minute. Giannis
13.
is the guy. Let's not act like Giannis ain't the guy.
Yeah. Giannis is definitely the guy. But here's the thing. You gotta look at what it took for Milwaukee to build around Giannis to begin with. Now, Giannis been in Milwaukee for many, many, many years. So if you go back to the years where he was just a first round exit, they didn't they didn't really have a team around him. It took them years to get that big man that could shoot the 3 like Brook Lopez and get a bench player like Bobby Portis, get you a Drew Holiday, get you a Chris Middleton who always been there.
I do like
Get you,
Lopez.
yeah. So the thing is, it's harder to build a team around Giannis at this point in his career than it is, bro. Like and then you already still got the Brunson issues, bro. Like because now you still trying to build around Brunson and telling Brunson, yo, you still a man, but we kind of got Giannis, so you gonna kind of share that a little bit. He already shared it this year with Cat, and Cat played great in the season. Cat had his games, but the reality is you're gonna need something a lot more, and you're gonna have to come up off of more pieces and more money to make the Giannis situation work. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, Giannis is to me, Giannis is in a
Giannis is the
is
guy. Giannis is the guy. He's
yeah,
the best.
he is the guy, but
He's the best big man in the league right now. That's a fact.
he won him and Joker, bro. Like they sit at the top of the East and West, bro, in terms of
I
players and
think Giannis
numbers.
is better than Jokic. I think Giannis is better than Jokic.
No, no,
I think
no.
Giannis is better than Jokic. Giannis will
Yo,
go
hold
to the
wait,
hole
yo,
on you.
hold on. I gotta switch my.
Giannis will go to the yammy on you.
Joker would too.
No, he won't.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. The Joker can shoot the three. Joker could dribble the ball. He could go up and down the court. He could do it all.
He could do that. He could shoot the three. He could dribble it. He could pass it. But he's not going to come down and jammy and yamming on you. Giannis will do that.
Joker would. Joker,
No,
first
he's
off,
not.
Joker got better.
No,
Joker
he's
got
not.
better
Jokic ain't going.
fundamentals.
Jokic ain't going. Jokic ain't going to come from the top of the key and dribble it down and yamming on you.
But
No,
you gotta
Jokic's
do
not going
more
to do
than
that.
just yamming on people.
That's what I'm saying. But
You gotta
that's
do
what I'm
more than
saying.
just
But
yam. That's just one
you
little
got to
part of
do.
the game. He not a better passer than Joker. He definitely not that. He's not a better 3-point shooter than Joker.
He's not. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
He's not. He's not.
It's trade
He's
off
not.
that and the fundamentals. Joker's way better than Giannis when it comes to fundamentals.
I don't know about that. Way better.
He better than Giannis in fundamentals.
Okay now.
It just
Okay.
like
Wait.
what Cino was saying. Like you got a lot of these guys that superstars off of athleticism, but they don't have fundamentals. That's
So we
the
saying that. So we
Joker,
saying that.
Luca. Them dudes got fundamentals. They're not
We saying.
athletic, but they fundamentally sound.
We saying that Giannis don't got fundamentals.
He got fundamentals, but it ain't as good as Joker's.
See now, this is and bro, I like what you're saying because this is a nice topic. Yeah, I like Joker, man, but I like Giannis too. The only reason why I like Joker more is because he can shoot. That's the only
The
reason why I
Joker
like
is
him.
not leaving Denver. I don't know what they talking about. At least not now. He's not going anywhere. Giannis, I think we had this conversation before.
Giannis gets busy.
Giannis does get busy. He's more athletic than the Joker, and he's gonna get you rebounds. He'll get you a few assists, but Joker gonna get you a triple dub, and he can affect winning and losing in a dramatic way. Where Giannis can get 45 and still lose. It don't impact the game. So
But
it's
you remember when Giannis had like 1,000 points, 1,000 assists, 1,000 rebounds, and he won. That what was it? What was that?
Yeah.
That was like that was the
2021.
that was the 2021. Yeah, he got like 40, like 30 points.
Nah,
30 assists, 30 I was like, oh,
no, he scored like 50 points on the Suns when they won that game. They won the
there we
championship.
go. 50 and then 50, 50, 20, and 20. Some dumb shit like that.
Mm,
He
50,
did put
20.
up 50 points on the Phoenix Suns. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Too far, few, and in between. Plus, big numbers don't impress him. Wins do. And what you can do down the stretch of games, that's what matters to me.
See, this is what the problem is. You a hard guy to impress, man. Nigga got to score. nigga, nigga got to go crazy. For it, you know what I'm saying?
No, not really. I mean, I looked at what's his
Yeah.
name, Hart. The way he defended Brunson, man, it was a masterclass he was teaching out there.
Shoot.
Oh yeah, he's well prepared.
The only thing I disagree with I disagree with Cino on is that when you said that none of these young players got fundamentals.
None of them that I see
I,
in today's AAU.
I, 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 dis- I disagree. I disagree with on that because I mean the thing is, if we ain't had no fundamentals, why we still winning the Olympics every year?
Uh, well, you're not winning every year. If they had to make this dream team and load it up with a super team.
I'm gonna say something to we
Yeah.
got content and I ain't much respect, but Cat is not a bum. Cat got busy this playoffs. You hear me? He scored 24 3. He scored 24 3 games in a row. Let me say this again. He scored 24 3 games in a row. Cat is 23 in the playoffs. He gonna give you 23. Cat is not a bum.
Now you read the stats, right? On what they did in 3 games or whatever. But what they do overall for the series, did they have an impact?
Mm. You talk about Cat?
I'm talking about Cat. Cat is not a bum. If you call him a bum, okay, you could call him a lazy nigga. You could call him you could call him a lot of shit. But calling him a bum is crazy.
I consider Cat inconsistent.
Okay, call him inconsistent.
Yeah.
But call him a bum? Is he a bum?
Nah, he not no bum.
Okay, there we go. Let's talk about it. That cat is a bum.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna lay it down, fellas, and take my nap. I appreciate y'all coming up.
All right, Cino. I'll holler at you when you going live for the NBA Finals.
Oh, you know I am.
Who you picking?
I don't know yet. Still game by game decision.
Hey, yo,
I think
Sino.
I'm picking OKC.
Yeah, you got to go with OKC. Hey, yo,
Yep.
Sino, I got a question, bro. Do you think that the
Mm.
Knicks would have been a better finals than the Pacers? Hello? You heard?
Yeah. No. What was the question?
The question is, do you think that the Knicks will be a better finals than the Pacers?
No. Pacers would be better. The Knicks are only
Mm.
gonna play one style of basketball, and that's it. But you need to have so transparency about yourself
Mhm.
to the point where it's different.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so it's
I,
just the
I like
opposite.
I like listening to official basketball guys, you know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
always
And
that.
I like listening to official basketball guys.
Thank you.
Well, I'll holler at y'all, man.
All right,
Much
I'll holler